the Jonathan Ross Show. Let's take a look at who's in my green room tonight. We've got a great show for you. He's just announced his first new music in 2 years. He'll be chatting and performing here in the studio tonight. It's the brilliant Ollie Murs, ladies and gentlemen. Looking swish as always. With Ollie, we had 3 very hot guests straight from the bake-off oven. It's Prue Leith, Paul Hollywood and Noel Fielding. Fabulous to have you here. Next up, he is one of the best new comedians around. I'm a huge fan. I know you will be too. Mo Gilligan, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good-looking young man right there, and he's funny. And finally, she's a brilliant stand-up. She's currently starring in the hit sitcom Bad Move. It is Kerry Godliman. Hello, Kerry. Lovely to have you here as well. That's the show. Now, we have the Bake-Off team here tonight. Now, there's some wonderful bakers on the show this year. Paul, am I right in thinking it's like a great year? The bakers are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, hence all the handshakes.
You've given out too many handshakes.
Well, the bakers are that good, they deserve it.
I think maybe you should upgrade it, so you should maybe give them a hug or a hand job, something else.
I think Prue's moving into the Prue Pat.
But what we really want to see is not the great baking. What we really enjoy is when the cakes go wrong, OK? And imagine it's your kid's birthday and you want to make a cake that reflects his love of cartoons and you ask them to make something special, and this is the one you get, for example. This is a sponge cake, which is terrifying. The next one, somebody wanted a cake for a friend who joined the army, so he said, I want an army cake, and he got an army cake. Of course, what a lot of kids like is a cake with a Disney character on. The Disney princesses are especially popular. This one is meant to be Cinderella, OK? It's not too bad. But Elsa from Frozen is even more popular. Here's an Elsa from Frozen. OK? And what about Belle from Beauty and the Beast? Here you go. This is a lovely... You put them all together, of course, you've got next week's panel on loose women. Shall we get my first guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Since we first met him 9 years ago on The X Factor, he has had 4 #1 singles and 4 #1 albums. He's back with new music. It is the fabulous Ollie Murs. Looking good, Ollie. So you're performing this exciting news. Ollie has new music out, ladies and gentlemen. And he will be performing his new single later on the show.
Yes.
Well, the exciting thing is, on this album, I think on this track, so you're collaborating with Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
And Snoop Dogg.
It's a strange combo, isn't it?
That is a strange combination. So, Ed, I know you've known for a while, I guess, but Snoop, must be a new acquaintance of yours, I imagine?
Yeah, I mean, me and Snoop have been friends for years.
Yeah,
I mean, we hang out. He comes to Faces in Essex all the time. I mean, we hang out often. Although my mum was very concerned when I said I'm going to be hanging out with Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yeah. I mean, she thought I'd be doing a bit...
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. And were you doing a bit?
No, of course not. None at all. No, being serious, not...
Really? But you went over to LA to see him, didn't you?
Oh God, yeah. So we had, well, I mean, I've had the song since February, and I really wanted Snoop on the track. You know, and yeah, we decided to book the video in. We're going to go over there and see him, and then he didn't turn up. So I know. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
So you went over to film with him?
Basically, we flew all the way to LA. We never went out. We didn't film in LA. We just filmed in a nightclub in LA. Yeah. So we could have just done that in London or Essex. It would have saved lots more money.
You could have stayed at Faces in Essex.
And it was so frustrating.
How is single life treating you? Because you're still a single man, I believe, Ollie.
Yeah, it's going all right, yeah. Thanks. I'm still single and having fun, and yeah, that's it really. There's no rumours in the papers, which is nice. Yeah. I mean, I have to be standing with a female anywhere, and there's a rumour I'm dating a mysterious blonde or...
I heard you were dating Snoop Dogg. You moved from Essex. You're no longer in Essex.
No. Well, I am in Essex, yeah. I still live in Essex.
I thought you moved to West London.
Yeah, my home's in Essex. That's where I'm from. I can't leave. I'm not allowed. My parents won't let me. Okay. But no, I just wanted... when this industry all kicked off for me, I just wanted to invest my money wisely. So I bought myself a little place in West London. And
can we say what part of London, what part of West London?
Of course you can.
OK, you live... It's Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's like the posh part. That's probably the poshest part of London.
Yeah, it is. Well, thank you. But I could potentially... I mean, that's why my mates always took the piss out of me and said, well, you could have... Like, if your career ends, Ollie, you can always either do The Only Way is Essex or Made in Chelsea, because I live in 2 different parts.
And what about how the girls with an Essex boy from Chelsea? How do the Chelsea girls, do they like an Essex boy?
Yes, I think. I did date a Chelsea girl once, and she wouldn't tell any of her friends that she was dating me. Wow. She goes, I couldn't possibly tell my friends that I'm dating you, Ollie. And I was like, but why? I really like you. It's going well. She went, no, Ollie, I have to tell them that you're my Essex builder.
Wow.
Because she goes, you're a little bit rough around the edges, Ollie. I can't be telling people that I'm dating you. I was like, what? So,
Did she last long?
No, she didn't.
But you look amazing. You're keeping fit. I've noticed. I follow Ollie on Instagram. You're on all the different social media platforms, and I know that you post quite a lot of yourself in the gym, don't you?
Yeah, I just love training. A couple of years back, my sister had some kids, and I remember just trying to play with them, and I was just out of breath, and I was also in a relationship at the time, and I swear, I get really frustrated when I get girlfriends or I'm with them, because you know, let's sit in and watch a film, and you end up getting a big bag of Doritos, and she's like, yeah, they're my favourite. I'm like, yeah, let's eat them together, yeah. And she just goes, oh, I'm full now, and I'm like, I'm like devouring my food. And I just went, and no, I just wanted to feel good in myself. I wanted to eat well, train well, and yeah, I just got in the gym and started training, and I love doing it. I really enjoy it. You
set yourself Instagram challenges you have there. This is you doing a press up, turning it into it's remarkable, a back clap. Have a look at Ollie in action here.
I can do back claps, Rob Solly asks.
That's pretty good. That's amazing. That's a great degree of fitness there.
I think the crowd were waiting for me to hit my face on the floor.
Well, obviously that would have made it a lot more fun. But are you in good enough shape to do that now? If I wanted you to demonstrate one, could you do one in the studio first?
Are you going to do it with me?
Yeah.
If you want me, I'll do it. Really? OK, for me
OK, no, but I thought let's make it more interesting.
What?
Let's put something under you.
What's her name?
So we were talking about this office, and someone said you could put some spikes there. I said, no, that's too interesting.
Yeah,
we don't want that. But we've got some of the guys from Bake Off on tonight.
Right.
And I asked them whether they would bring a cake down. So, Paul, did you bring the cake out first?
Yeah, of course.
OK.
So I've got a back clap with a cake there.
Well, that would be... I mean, you don't have to back clap. You could just lie in the cake.
I'll give it a go. Why not? Are you serious?
Yeah, Paul to bring a small cup. Paul, thank you.
Actually serious?
OK, look at that.
There you go, mate.
Thanks, Paul.
No problem.
You're a great man.
All right, so let's put this down here. I'm worn out just lifting the cake. All right.
OK, all right.
Do you think this is this achievable, this task?
I
mean, it's quite a large...
I mean, the distance...
It's quite a large cake.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I did one. I had my legs bent.
Oh. Are you OK? Are you all right?
OK. I mean, do you want to do it... Why don't you do it with your face by the cake?
Yeah, I'm going to do my face by it, yeah.
OK, here you go. So let's do... Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. Peak of fitness. Oh, well done. You got a little bit on you. Let's pick this up. Oh my God, that was. Oh Jesus. Ah, no. Wow, that was. Let's see how I get for Ollie, because that was. Oh my God. We're gonna eat the cake later. Oh. There are some other challenges on there. I think I might bring a few more out later on for Ollie. Ollie, so the voice has been the huge. I mean, you know, you were saying you much enjoyed it, and it just looks like the most fun to do.
Honestly, it was so much fun. I think because of the people that work on it, the show itself, being a coach, you know, we're not judging people, we're trying to help people, and I think that's a great thing, especially in the world we live in right now. We just want positivity, right?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And so I think that's the great thing for me was just being able to help people, and it was a great experience. I mean, I got seduced on the show last year. I mean, I picked some crazy, like, mad entertainers.
It's kind of heartbreaking to watch sometimes, isn't it? On the few occasions, it doesn't happen that often, but when no one turns round.
Yeah, no, that's the hardest thing, and me, Will, and Tom say that, and Jennifer, it's very difficult that moment because you know, you go on Twitter after the show, and like people go, "You didn't turn for him, I can't believe it." Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but you can see him. You just heard the whole backstory. You know who his name is, what he did for a job.
You're just hearing that.
You've heard the whole sob story, and we're like, all I hear is a voice.
I don't know whether it's a sob story necessarily, Ollie.
No, but you know, that's what they say, isn't it?
Now, because there was rumour in the paper that you were going to do the X Factor this year.
Yes.
And then they went with Robbie Williams, and then they sort of spent like, oh, we were never talking to Ollie. But I know almost without doubt for a fact that they were very, very keen to have you. And I know that you didn't want to leave The Voice.
No, I mean, I mean, I saw it in the paper and I was like, really? That's not what happened. Yeah. No, we're very, very close for me to be doing it, but I just didn't want to leave The Voice.
Let's have I want to show a clip. This is you. You said you were seduced on the show, and I think this might have been the moment. This is a woman who I think you said looked a bit like Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, my God,
from Roger Rabbit.
It's Ivy Page.
You were enjoying this very much, I think. Okay. And you were the only one who turned around for this?
No, but the funny thing is because we're facing the audience like this, so I'm stood there and waiting, and I'm like, and all of a sudden I can hear this, you spent lots of love, 82. And I'm like, oh, this is quite nice. And I could see this guy in the audience with his wife, and no joke, he's gone. Hello, and his wife's gone, oi! Having his fight. And I thought, ah, fuck it.
OK, let's have a look. This is The Voice.
My mic's gone.
Would you like to share mine?
Oh.
Hey.
What kind of coaching y'all gonna be doing now? Hold on.
I would say help me with my mic clip, but... I'm Ivy Page.
Hi, Ivy Page. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where to look right now.
As Ollie on The Voice.
Yeah,
Did you go out with her on a date?
Nah, we didn't go out, but no. I'm under a contract.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Exactly. OK.
I'll be going on the show and dating contestants.
Yeah.
That'd be really poor form, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So when does the show come back? You're recording later?
Yeah, we're recording in a couple of weeks. Really, really excited about it. We're back in Manchester. We'll be recording that.
Well, you seem to be in a really good place right now.
Yeah, happy, not worried, not thinking about anyone but myself now, and just concentrating on what I've got to do. And I think that's a good place to be. And looking forward to all the fans listening to my new music and stuff.
I suspect we'll be #1 again. Yeah. Ollie's going to perform Move, the new single, at the end of the show. But for now, let's say thank you to Ollie Murs.
Thank you.
Well done on that. That was amazing.
Thank you. I can still taste it.
Oh, yeah. Nice taste. Still to come on the show, we've got Prue, Paul and Noel from the Great British Bake Off, Mo Gilligan and Kerry Godliman. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. Let's get my next guest out from the Great British Bake Off. It is Prue Leith, Paul Hollywood and Noel Fielding. Excited you're on the show, Paul. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. Go and meet him. Well, it's good to see you again, Paul. Thank you for being the cake. No, you look amazing as always. Come on now, sit down. So where are you going to sit? Now, Ollie's going to move along. I'm so excited that Prue Leith is on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming on, Prue. Sandy was meant to be with you tonight, but Sandy wasn't well today, I believe. Is that right? So that's
She's in the boot of the car.
But this is the second series for everyone except for Paul. And so I guess, would I be right in thinking the tension you might have felt in the first series, taking up from Mary, taking up from Mel and Sue, that must have evaporated now. You must feel more comfortable in the roles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was there a lot of tension? Did you feel kind of like...
Do you know, I didn't really.
Palpable tension.
Palpable.
Thanks for having a yellow sofa, because I'm wearing a yellow jacket. Yeah. You could have sent me an email.
But you've dyed your hair yellow as well, because we're used to seeing you...
I've got yellow boots on. I'm having a nightmare. The builder shouted out, "Oi, Flash Gordon!" to me.
Why have you gone blonde? Is it because your new haircut has divided people, hasn't it?
I'm on the run.
Yeah.
I look a bit more like Sandy, because she's not here tonight. I thought I'd just borrow her hair, it'd be fine.
But I guess there was a chance, though, because it was looking back, it seems almost absurd the way people reacted when they heard the show was moving from the BBC to
Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely mad. But I wasn't too worried because I didn't actually know what a treasure the Great British Bake Off was. And so I just thought, well, yeah, it'd be fun to do that. I'd like to do that. And then when I went and had to have an audition and then another audition and meet this guy and then I wanted to do it. And so I tried really hard. And on the second audition, I thought, well, I'll make a cake. And it'll be my technical, and I'll turn up with it, and I'll wow them with my cake.
What cake did you think you'd bake?
I made a Gugelhof, which is a kind of German yeasted cake.
What was that? A Gugelhof?
A Gugelhof. And I made this thing, and I turned it out of the tin, and it's all very sort of convoluted shape, and it looked great. And I was very proud of it. And my husband came along, and he took one look at it, and he said, "That'll never get past Paul Hollywood." So I never even brought it to show you because.
Although Paul is getting so soft, he just hands out handshakes to everyone these days. Paul, what's happened to you?
I know, it's weird, wasn't it?
Do you know what? I've taken a bit of flack over that. It started, I think, back in Series 2. I just shook someone and said, "Well done," you know, it's a well done. And this year, the standard every year's got better and better and better. And this year's been phenomenal. I mean, the flavours that some of them are bringing out.
If everyone, because I guess the standard it seems to be getting higher every year, the quality. So it's get to the stage where you're going to be just handing out handshakes to everyone. Everyone's going to be great each week.
You will see, and I think it happened, I don't know if it's next week or the following week, the handshakes almost stop.
Wow.
Because what I've done is I've realised that they're all moving up in standard. I thought, I've got to move my barrier up. So that's exactly what I do. I just raise the bar and then no one gets over the top.
So you're just not letting anyone in anymore?
So sad for bakers.
Yeah.
They all want those big brown sausagey fingers coming out. I've been on the other end of it. It's powerful. You think you're not interested, but when that hand comes down, you shit yourself.
Can you bake? Can you cook, Ali?
Absolutely awful. Just Deliveroo, takeaway apps.
Oh. Yeah, that's not baking. Deliveroo isn't baking.
Yeah, anything. I'm hashtag single life. That's what I'm living. Yeah. So microwave meals is all I do.
Wow. But I know, Pooh, you think that everyone should be taught to cook, which is especially kids.
I think they should not only be taught to cook, but they should cook. And it is actually a crime to waste a bit of your life on takeaways.
Basically, you're going to prison.
Judge Judy.
Sorry, Mum.
It's like...
You filthy criminal.
Sorry, Mum.
No, there are two things that you should never waste at mealtime on bad food, and you should never waste a night of your life on a bad bottle of wine. Yeah. Paul would agree with that.
Absolutely. And don't get Pooh started on bad sex. I mean, she doesn't know.
That I'm all right at. Okay. I think.
Are you sure?
You can get that on delivery.
Even though I am
as well.
single.
I've just been hanging out with Snoop Dogg. He thinks he's love.
Yeah.
We were at the gym together.
Okay. So, Noel, you got... because you weren't a natural... you weren't anyone's first thought for Bake Off, I would have thought.
How dare you?
But, you know what I'm saying, Paul?
Tell them about the audition you did.
I think I brought a chair, a David Bowie chair, to the audition. Sandy went, "You're out of your mind." He can't. But actually, me and Sandy got on really well. But when I got the news that I got Bake Off, I didn't know what I was auditioning for. They said, "Do you want to audition for a show with Sandy?" And I said, "Yeah, I love Sandy." And I know, you know, she does a lot of improv, which I'm a big fan of. So I thought this could work. And then when they offered it to me, I was playing Alice Cooper in a part. I was doing a short thing. And David Suchet was playing Salvador Dali, and I was just sitting there dressed as Alice Cooper. And so he stays in character as a method actor, David Suchet, you know, Poirot. And he came over as Salvador Dali, and he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I've just been offered the Bake Off." And he went, "You must do what your gut tells you." "'Tis God's barometer!" And I went, "Yeah, I'll do it!" And then he came up later and went, "I'm really sorry, that wasn't me, that was Salvador Dali." I probably would have told you not to do it.
Let me ask Prue, though. There was that awful moment last year, and it was an accident could happen to anyone, where you tweeted the winner of Bake Off before the show had actually aired.
Don't let him bully you, Prue.
No, I felt for you, because I could see... No, but it's happened...
Would you like to know what who
Please.
the winner is for this year?
I would love to.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, what happened? What actually happened?
I was in Bhutan, and we hadn't had any internet connection for about 3 days.
Were you drunk?
No, I wasn't. I was having a siesta.
You were in bed?
And I was in bed.
Was John there?
He was. And he was
Sex
asleep.
marathon.
He was
Exhausted.
He was fast asleep.
We've all been there.
He probably would have prevented me doing what I did. But anyway, what happened was I suddenly saw that I had a message saying, don't forget to congratulate the winner after 10:30. So I looked at my watch. Oh, it's after 10:30. So I immediately texted it. Oh. And 89 seconds later, my PA, who's no fool, had deleted it. Wow. But by then, 2 people had retweeted it. I mean, I'm an idiot, but there we are.
But that must have been just a heart-stopping moment, knowing that...
Oh, it was horrible.
Knowing that you'd ruined it for everybody.
I know. And everybody went on to tell me I'd ruined it.
You hadn't, of course you hadn't. It actually made it more fun in a way, you know, because we all know who's won, and this year it's Dan.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to give away the winner this year to make Prue feel better.
But Noel, what was the deal? You got people... I mean, people do love getting cross about things these days, it seems, and they got angry with you last series because you got into a fridge for comic effect.
I know. I mean, can you imagine? I thought it was a wardrobe. I was looking for Narnia. That's where I live.
I mean, it was going to happen.
It was going to happen. If you put a fridge in the room, I will get in it. I'm a bit weird. No, what happens is we film for a long time, you know, long shoots. So most of the time, me and Sandy are just entertaining the crew.
So you're just hanging out while the people
cook.
cook.
Imagine that was going to go in the show. We kind of did it to muck around on the day.
And it was hot.
It was very hot that day.
It was really hot.
And plus, you know, I'm already dead, so if I don't get in the fridge every now and then, I start to smell. It's a bit horrible for the bakers. You know Ollie's seeing a mysterious blonde. You know who that is, don't you?
Let's have a look at a clip. We've got a clip in advance of Bake Off. This is next week, and is it pastry week next week?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess you did these quite a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when Dan won, was it a lovely moment? Are you emotional, Paul?
I was crying.
I read you like a book. OK, here we go. This is from next week's Bake Off. It's going to be great. This is pastry week.
Rahul's calling on a secret family recipe to spice his lamb curry. He'll be embellishing his pie with rich decorative colours and intricate shaping.
What are you making now, worm?
No, I'm making the tentacles.
Butterflies have tentacles?
Butterfly have the tentacles. They have
antennae.
No, tentacle is the one that they suck the nectar from.
That's their tongue.
Oh, never mind.
You say tentacle, I say antennae. Let's call the whole thing off.
That's from next week's Great British Bake Off, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. on Channel 4, but I'm sure you knew that already. That's Rahul, of course, this year's winner. And let me...
In Rahul, I've met someone actually weirder than me.
He's so sweet, and
He's He's like a Mr. Bean character, isn't he? It's like Charlie Chaplin. He's physically very funny. I'm not sure if he's 100% aware of how funny he is.
He talks for a long time, because sometimes when we go to the bench, you know, we normally say, well, what are you making today?
Yeah.
And literally, we can be standing there for 10 minutes.
And what does he just explain?
It's just a monologue of it, where his
just
family, his story, his mum. He phones his mum up 4 or 5 times a day.
And the most extraordinary thing is that in real life, he's a scientist, and he's a very top guy.
He's a nuclear scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether someone that nervous is the person I want with their finger on the button.
He basically makes cakes, takes them into shops to make friends.
No, there was a guy who was stacking shelves in one of the
Hugest thing in the world.
supermarkets, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he worked at night, and he used to go in and see him.
Yeah.
And bring him a cake.
Well, you know what? If he doesn't win this year, then the 2 of you are monsters.
I mean, in London, if someone brings you a cake and says, do you want to be my friend? You don't eat it. You're going to wake up with no pants on.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. One thing before you go, though, Noel, we haven't mentioned the show, but since you were last on, of course, you become a father.
Yeah.
Noel's become a dad, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that the loveliest thing? congratulations. I've seen the baby, just about the most beautiful little baby I think I've ever seen.
I don't know how that happened. I mean, look at my pointy visage.
Yeah.
She's very beautiful and she blows my mind about 100 times a day.
But you must be exhausted working in the tent with the newborn home.
Yeah, it's a new level of tiredness that I've never experienced. I mean, obviously, I've done a lot of all-nighters in my life, so...
You stayed up for 3 years once, didn't you?
I haven't been to sleep since the 60s, so I've been, in a way, I've been in training for this moment all my life.
It's great to have you here, then. Paul, I'm so excited to meet you. I think you've been just wonderful on the show, so it's so lovely. Paul, you're fine. Noel, you're great on it as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Lovely to see you. I like what you've done with the place.
Yeah,
It's like Willy Wonka's shed.
It's very much... It's very much your colours, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying thank you to Prue, to Paul and to Noel Fielding. Thank you so much. Stick around, guys. In a moment, we'll be chatting to Mo Gilligan and Terry Gondryman. Don't go away. Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest out. He's one of the fastest rising comedians in the country. Let's have a look at him in action. Mo Gilligan.
And even when you've got kids, you know, you might learn, you know, teach them things like the wheels in the bus go round and round, simple nursery rhymes. But when your dad's a Rastafarian, your nursery rhymes sound a little bit like this. Me gonna tell you some real Rastaman nursery rhymes right about now. Listen! Jack and Jill go up at the hill, yeah, to fetch a bucket of some water. In feed his daughter, in feed his daughter. Hey, because she's thirsty. Now me say free blind mice, free blind mice. Them a look for the cheese, but they can't find the slice. No cheese, feed them, feed them, feed them. Hey, because they're lactose intolerant. Now me say, oh McDonald, him have a farm. It is a ganja farm. Light it up, light it up, light it up.
Here he is, Mo Gilligan, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, guys? You okay? Nice to meet you. How's everyone doing? You okay? Yeah, cool.
How are you, Mo? You're looking great. You're looking
very good.
Very slick. Right there. I like your training shoes.
Oh, thank you, yeah. Do you know what? I knew I was coming on this show, so I knew I had to, like, up the swag. Do you know what I mean? It's weird, because I owe people money, so...
Yeah. But it's amazing how, because you're midway through your tour now. This is the Couple of Cans tour.
Yes, the Couple of Cans tour.
And you've been co-hosting the Big Nasty show on Channel 4.
Yeah.
You've got your own show coming up on Channel 4.
That's right.
And yet, up till April, I think, or last year, you were still working in a jeans store.
Yeah, it was quite weird, because I used to, like, make the videos when I was working in retail. I was still doing stand-up comedy. Yeah. Done comedy for a long time.
But you had, like, a day job still?
Yeah, I was still working in retail, and it's quite weird, because people would, like, walk in and be like, oh, I've seen your video, man. And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, so what are we doing here? And I'm like, I don't know. Like...
what size waist are you?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Big Nasty show on Channel 4? But there's a different atmosphere, a different vibe to the show, and there's also a different atmosphere in the building when you're recording.
Yeah.
I mean, the air that one breathes has a herbal flavour to it. I mean, that's a...
Do you know what? It's a great show to be on, because working with Nasty is cool, because I think a lot of people forget that we're not presenters. He's a grime artist.
Yeah.
I'm a stand-up comedian. We're not presenters, so weirdly it works. We have this fusion, and we get an audience that come, and yeah, they gave us the TV shows.
Do you know what grime music is, Prue? You must know.
No, I don't know what grime music is, but I do know what Big Nasty is.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
What's Big Nasty?
He's just amazing.
You used to date him, didn't you, Prue?
Yeah, Prue, when did you meet Big Nasty?
I mean, he's just so wonderfully rebellious. I mean, he sits there, I was on some show with him, and he was sitting next to me, and he just, in the middle of it, pulled out a huge bag of junk food, basically. He said, I know you...
I thought he was going to say weed then. I was like...
That came later. First we had junk food, then we had a, sort of big bottle of pop, and then he doesn't... And he's absolutely enormous, and so I find myself saying, do you know, Big Nasty, about healthy food? And he says, what?
True, no one's used the word pop since the Beano in the 20s.
Bottle of pop. So, Mo, you do mainly characters, don't you, in your videos?
Yeah, mainly characters, just like ideas I kind of have, people I see. and just do it in my bedroom on my phone.
Who's your favourite character at the moment, or what favourite characters you do at the moment?
I think it's when I started doing the geezer video, it started to gain a lot more like traction. So it was really hot. So I just made this video of like when geezers see the sun. So you know, like you get some geezers, it's like 2 degrees, but these guys have got shorts and t-shirts, and they've got like their flat cap on, and then it was just turned into, oh, it's lovely, so it's lovely. Oh, Julie, get a couple of cans. And that was just how it started. And then people started sharing it, and then another video where, like, you know, it's like 10 degrees. So I was like, it's like Barbados. It's like Barbados, Julie. Get the pedaling pool out. And, yeah, they just started gaining more traction, you know.
Ollie, you would be sort of like a geezer type, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm a geezer, yeah.
You're doing your press-ups, Ollie, weren't you?
I'm doing press-ups, you know.
Well strong, ain't you, Ollie? But you're an Essex geezer. So Essex geezers have this thing where they talk really quick, right? They always laugh for no reason.
Yeah.
They always throw in the word banter.
Yeah.
And they'll always kind of put places where they're from in Essex. So they talk really fast. So you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, me and Ollie, yeah? Well, we get a couple of cans, go down the spoons. You know what spoons? You don't know what spoons are? Obviously, we go down the spoons, yeah? Obviously, me, down Latin, yeah? We're down Latin, it's proper mental, yeah? Proper mental. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like, got no clue, yeah? Get back to oh, my days, yeah? So, you know,
So, and here's the thing that surprised me a little bit is that you were still living with your mum until this summer. So you just only just moved out recently.
I've only just moved out. It's quite weird to have my own space. I can do what I want. It's quite surreal. Like, I had some friends over recently for the first time, and you know, like, I don't know if you know this, but when you get your own place, there's certain things you just can't wait to do.
Yeah.
So as soon as my friends came over, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be that guy that tells people to take their shoes off. So as soon as they came round, they said, oh, it's a great place. I'm like, that's cool, but could you take your shoes off, guys? Because I like, you know, my friends were like, yeah, we got laminated floor, and I'm like, yeah, but I pay the rent, so... So there's small... Like, when I get children, basically, I can't wait to just send them to the shops. I just can't wait to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I look forward to these experiences, man.
Does your mum come and see you live? Has she seen you live?
Yeah, my mum comes to a lot of the... You know, when we got the live show, my mum comes. It's quite fun, because my mum, she works in a school. So, like, it's quite weird with my mum working in school, because one of the PE teachers was like, oh, have you seen this guy online? He does these really funny videos. And my mum was like, yeah, that's my son.
Boy.
And, yeah, and then it turned into, like, other teachers being, like, trying to, like, oh, we should get your son to do some charity work. Bring the kids in. And I'm like, it's not really charity, Mum. It's not what that is. That's called taking the piss. That's what that is.
Well, that's nice. You know, to have your mum proud of you in that way, what a lovely thing.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, man. I'm the youngest out of my sisters, so I was kind of like, my sisters always refer to me as like, oh, Mum loves you because you're the only boy and you're the youngest. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the rules when you're the youngest, that you get all the love. But then the older one has all the rules. But then, do you know what I mean? Yeah. He knows. He's
so you were
and then
what a six geezer. Could the two of you tell us what you mean? What is that actually?
No, because like, everyone knows that the youngest can kind of get away with stuff. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause you're the young one.
Yeah,
you're the cheeky one.
That guy's loving this.
Oh,
It's made his night. So the young guy the youngest one can get away with stuff.
Everyone knows that when you're the youngest, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you're the baby of the family and stuff, but you don't get a say when you're the youngest. You don't, like, I couldn't say, like, if we want to watch a programme, like, on Nickelodeon, I can't choose what we want. That goes to the oldest.
Yeah.
But then everyone knows the middle child is the one that complains and says, oh, I'm the middle one, no one cares about me.
Where were you in the family, Ollie?
Hey, me? Yeah. Middle. Definitely middle, yeah, 100%.
You are a middle child.
Yeah. I'm getting absolutely destroyed on it.
Now, Ollie, it all makes sense now.
It all makes sense.
See, that's why you're singing, because you've got to get the attention. See?
This is like therapy. Thank you, guys.
We're here to help.
I'm really learning a lot about me tonight.
You've got quite a lot of famous fans. I know Drake has
So, I was at a party with some friends once, and then Drake I think he was at a Reading and Leeds festival, so he's really good friends with Giggs, the rapper, not the football player. And yeah, they was at a Reading festival, and he just tweeted, enjoying this, Julie, bring me a couple of cans, whatever. And it was quite weird, because I remember I was at this party, and I wasn't really having a good time, and then my friend was like, look at that, and I was like, Drake and Giggs, who cares about that? And I seen it, I read it, and I was like, oh, really? Oh my gosh. And then I was like, that's really cool. And then everyone's phoning me and stuff. And yeah, and then I met him this year at Wireless. He was at Wireless. And yeah, like he just pointed at me. He's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh, hello. Hey. How's it going, Drake? I
played it all wrong. I pay Snoop Doggy Dogg thousands of pounds. Never meet him. He does a video. He meets Drake. Yeah. I mean, honestly.
Typical middle child complaining. They'll hook you two up and he can get Drake for you.
This is so annoying.
I'll put a word in on you. I'll see what I can do, man.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do, man.
If you could.
You know, I can't... Well, I want to come and see... I want to come and see your show. What can you tell us about the show?
So it's a mix of what some people have seen already online with some of the characters.
But some of the characters you've done already, yeah?
Yeah, so, like, you got the geezer in there, you got, like, the roadman character I do.
What's the roadman character?
So the roadman character, he's just, like, a laid-back guy from the ends, you know what I mean? He'd be like, yeah, what you saying, you're at bake-off and that man gets baked off every day, yeah? Yeah, that was good. I like that joke. I don't know if you understood it, but I enjoyed it.
I think you'll agree he's a very funny man. Go and see him on tour if you can. Look out for him on TV. It's Mr. Mo Gilligan. Great job. OK, still to come, I'll be chatting to Kerry Godliman, and we've got our middle child, Ollie Murs, performing live at the end of the show. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. Let's get my next guest out. She's a very funny woman indeed. She's currently starring in the sitcom Bad Move alongside Jack Dee. It's the fantastic Kerry Godliman. You look amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for waiting as well. Can I be
Do a row of kids. Oh, hello. It's like a wedding.
Yeah, it's a lot to get through.
Oh, thank you.
So, Kerry, if you've seen it, is an amazing actor.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're an amazing actor. But you're also doing stand-up as well. So, and I was curious, did the acting come first and then the stand-up, or were you a stand-up who drifted into acting?
I always loved stand-up, but I didn't know how you went about it. So I went to drama school, so professionally acting came first. And then a few years after I left college, I then started doing a bit of stand-up.
But the acting, that's kind of blossomed for you now. You've actually got, so presumably for a while you weren't getting the work, would that be right?
Well, I was getting work, but it was always like 4 lines as a drug dealer's girlfriend on the bill. So I wanted more.
You played someone in a coma once, I believe?
Well, I didn't get the part, Jonathan.
You didn't get the part?
I auditioned.
So hold it, you auditioned?
Yeah.
How do you not get...
Well,
the part of someone in a coma?
You tell me, mate. I was not good enough.
Wow. I mean, were you overacting, do you
I don't know what went... Right, it was for a nurse recruitment advert.
Right.
And the premise was it was a woman in a coma just sort of facing the camera, not moving, not blinking, nothing. And then a nurse in the background went, "Night, Julie." And then there was meant to be just a flicker, and then there was a bit of...
So, like, she's trapped inside, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was meant to say, nurses connect with people.
Which is a lovely message.
Yes, it was a great campaign. So they said to me, "Can you just lie there and not blink because you're in a coma?" And I went, "Absolutely fine." And as soon as they said action, I went. I didn't get that.
Now, so you presumably, like Mo, we were just talking about, he's only kind of like moved out of retail in the last year or so. Yeah. You must have had a lot of other jobs when you were starting out.
Well, that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
So yeah, all kinds of
what were the
jobs.
fun jobs you had? What were the worst jobs?
Worked in shops. Worked in shoe shops. I was a children's entertainer. I was a fairy.
Wow.
What are you laughing at, mate?
Yeah. Were you a good...
I was a really good fairy.
I was just thinking I felt bad because I got that part in the coma. I wasn't even going for it, I was just walking past.
Yeah. So what kind of fairy? You had to wear the full fairy regalia?
I had huge wings. And body glitter, so it was great for, like, just dressing up.
Yeah, so
But then you had to go and do the actual gig. And at that time, I was quite young, in my 20s, so I often had hangovers. And I was doing them in these big posh houses, probably near where you live now.
Yeah.
And, right, sort of Chelsea or Holland Park and stuff like that. And, you know, it wasn't what I aspired to do when I went to drama school,
and
really.
did the children... I mean, being hungover, presumably that's not the ideal way for
No,
children
they were like,
to first
"Mummy, the fairy stinks of lager." So, yeah, I didn't do it for that long.
Yeah.
I like the outfit.
So tell me about working with Jack Dee, because the sitcom Bad Move is his second series on ITV.
Yeah.
It's been a huge hit, so congratulations. If people haven't seen it, what's the premise?
So the premise is, we look really happy in that picture.
Yeah,
The premise is, it's a couple that move from the city, Leeds, and they decide to move to the country, and it's not successful for them. It's a crap house, and they run out of money. And you know when you sort of project that if you move to the country, it's all going to be idyllic.
You think it's going to be beautiful and lovely, and of course it probably isn't.
No, it's crap.
Would you live in London, though, don't you?
I live in London.
Would you like to live in the country?
I do flirt with it. I sort of sometimes think about it and go on Rightmove, have a little Rightmove wank. But I never go for it.
The fantasy's enough.
The fantasy's enough, because you do it, you're like, oh, look at that. You think of somewhere. Because I live in London, your money will go fair far. Like, I think, oh, I'll put somewhere crappy. Put Doncaster or something in. So you're like, oh, my God, we could own Doncaster. and then you sort of go to bed. I don't think anything more of it.
Let's have a look at... This is the clip of Kerry in action with the fabulous Jack D in Bad Move. Look at this.
I mean, it would solve all our problems.
Bloody right it would.
What, and they seriously pay the going rate?
Whatever it takes, according to this. If they want the land, they just buy it.
What do they do with our house?
Who cares? As long as they buy it, they can fill it with dynamite and blast it into the North Sea. I'll press the plunger myself.
We can't admit we're in favour of fracking, though.
No, of course not. We keep that bit to ourselves.
What, and still be part of the anti-fracking campaign?
Officially, yes.
OK. Well, I'll just deliver these leaflets, then.
Nice work.
You better crash that website of yours.
Already done it.
The very funny show, Bad Move, ITV, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So Sean Walsh is in that show with you as well, and currently Sean is doing really well on Strictly Come Dancing, of course. Are you watching it? Are you
Of course I'm watching it. Because, I mean, I do mostly watch it. My kids love Strictly. But some years you think, you know what, I might dip out. But when I heard he was on it, I was like, oh, I'm in. I'm properly going to watch it.
And has he spoke to you? Has he spoke to you since he's been on it?
I haven't spoken to him. I've sent a few text messages just wishing him well. I think it's brilliant he's doing it.
Noel, you would be amazing on Strictly.
I've already been on it. Caroline Flack's one of my characters. I was pretty good, actually.
Mo, you know I'm coming to you now.
Strictly, nah.
You would do it.
No, but the career's going well at the moment. You do that when it's not going so well.
No, I didn't mean like that. Well, you know what I mean, innit? Like to do it now.
You've got spare time.
Yeah, like to do it now. I'm quite busy, so when I'm less busy,
Have you got the moves though, Mo?
I can dance. I can dance. Yeah.
But the thing I want to ask you about as well is, and this is it's a real hit show for the channel it's on, is Taskmaster.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of got a smallish audience, but a very devoted audience. It's on Dave, isn't it?
Audience, yeah.
So what were the tasks you had?
Oh, being asked to sort of make an amazing circle. I think the task was, like, make the best circle, and it was one of those snow days we had earlier in the year, so I smashed that. I made a huge circle in the snow.
It's such a weird show, because it doesn't really...
It's brilliant. I mean, it's mad, but when I made that circle, I've never been happier in my life. It was better than my wedding day. It was better than the birth of my children. I've never been...
And what, because you're competitive and you knew...
Because I'm really competitive and I knew no one would beat that circle.
So we know Kerry's competitive. Yeah. So Ollie has got a number of challenges that he does. We showed one earlier on, and this is another one we've got here. We thought, this is you... do you play basketball?
Not at all, no. I was just in Vegas and thought I'd throw a ball in a hoop backwards. And
OK,
went
so
in.
we've got this. Have a look at this. This is quite amazing. So that happened for real? Because there's... I just want to check. That isn't fake, though, because there was quite a long gap. Someone didn't catch the first ball and then throw another ball.
No, just in slow-mo, so it was just...
OK, so are you up for this challenge? Paul, you reckon you could do this?
I'll give it a go.
Pooh?
Well, I'll try.
If you give Paul a really big bat, he'll be able to do it.
OK, well, I'll get my ball out. Pooh, would you like to go first or last? What do you think?
First.
OK, let's give this a go. A round of applause for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, let's give Pooh some support. OK.
Like a wicket keeper. Let's go.
Come on then, Pooh. Paul, you're up. OK. Come on, Hollywood. Let's see that magic in those fingers.
Go on, Paul. Go on, Paul.
Oh! OK. Come on, Mo.
You got this. Come, Mo, you got this.
Mo, come on. Come on, Mo. OK, Gary, you up?
That weren't bad. bad, though, is it?
Okay,
Closest so far.
I'm going to nail it. It slipped!
Yeah, it slipped.
It slipped.
You almost killed the middle child. Go on, Ollie.
Go on, Ollie.
Go on, Ollie.
Come on, Ollie.
Go on, Ollie.
This is the one.
No, come on, let's see
Get
it.
a bit more.
Are you going to do two?
Yeah.
I'll hold up for you.
Team Wolf.
I'll stand on the...
Oh, so close. OK, I'm going to have a go.
Go on, you're going to
Go on, Wassy.
That's the greatest moment of my life. I tell you, I can't pour. I want a handshake. I want a handshake. OK.
That was amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an emotional moment for all of us. What do you mean you didn't film it? OK, well, that was surprisingly fun. But I want to say, Kerry, thank you for coming on the show. The fabulous Kerry Godliman, ladies and gentlemen. You're amazing, thank you. Ollie, who's going to perform live for us this evening. Ollie Murs, if you want to go and get yourself ready, let's say big thank you to Ollie Murs for being here. And thank you to all my guests, of course, Kerry Godliman, Mo Gilligan, ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Noel Fielding, the one and only Paul Hollywood, and the amazing Crew Lee. We'll be back next week, but for now, sit back and enjoy. It is fabulous new single, Moves. It is the brilliant Ollie Murs.
Like $1,000,000. First I hit the bar for a couple of shots. Drink at the beautiful women, I think I'm making them blush. Then I spill my drink trying to cover it up. Got the dad dance moves, they ain't ready for them. Got the bad man who goes steady on them. Hey, senorita in a beautiful dress, do ya wanna dance? She's telling me yes. I got confidence in myself, that's just tequila giving me help. Trying to cover it up so you never tell. I feel like dancing with you. It's your moves, baby. 'Cause I can't dance in the way that you do. But I got that love that you ain't used to. Hey, and when the DJ's spinning that song that we grew to, oh my, come and teach me how to dance. Slow down! DJ play that track, check out my kung fu kicks like I'm under attack. I wave my arms like this from front to back. Bet you never seen a bad mother dance like that. Can you beckon me in with a kiss on the lips? Jump into the middle, come and wiggle your hips. My love, take my hand, I'll give you a spin. Step one, step twice, the party begins. I got confidence in myself, that's just tequila giving me. Trying to cover it up so you never tell. I feel like dancing with you. It's your moves, baby. 'Cause I can't dance in the way that you do. But I got that love that you ain't used to. Hey, and when the DJ's spinning that song that we grew to, oh my, come and teach me how to dance. It's still the end of the night, so am I taking you home? I got me feeling like I can dance now. A disco in paradise when I was feeling alone. I got that feeling like I can dance. It's your moves, baby.